Training to failure should be followed by everyone wishing to induce maximum muscle growth. By performing an exercise to a point where you can no longer raise the weight in perfectly strict form from complete extension to full contraction, you ensure that the breakover point is reached, the level of effort in a set at which growth stimulation commences. Theoretically, there is no problem. On a more practical level, however, this becomes impossible when an exercise involves two or more muscles where one is a weak link. Many conventional weight exercises involve the use of several muscle groups. These compound movements, as they are so called, are seen to involve stronger primary muscles and weaker secondary muscles. In a bench press, for example, it isn't the pectorals that prevent you from lifting more weight or doing more repetitions. It's the smaller, weaker tricep muscles. Situations like this consistently prevent the primary muscles from being worked to a maximum and receiving full growth stimulation. As in the case of the fly's bench press combination, the remedy consists in first isolating and tiring the primary muscle, then using secondary muscles in a compound movement for assistance. Practiced in this manner, primary isolation exercises carried to failure will allow smaller, weaker muscles a temporary strength advantage over the fatigued primary muscles in the succeeding compound phase. As Bray demonstrates, proceed immediately with zero rest time from an isolation exercise to a compound exercise. Taking more time than this will seriously compromise the effectiveness of this method. A delay of only 3 to 5 seconds will allow the fatigued muscle to regain up to 50% of its initial strength. Keep the following tips in mind. The number of repetitions should not be very high. More than 10 repetitions in each of the 2 consecutive sets could conceivably lead to a premature cardiorespiratory failure instead of a muscular failure. Never perform more than 2 consecutive pre-exhaustion superset cycles. Beginners will usually not require pre-exhaustion technique. Intermediates and advanced bodybuilders can add forced and negative repetitions to either one or both of the exercises in the pre-exhaustion cycle. Don't get stuck on using pre-exhaustion or any other method exclusively. Using pre-exhaustion once a week for each body part is sufficient.